1, 2. Can you wave, Grandma?
Yeah.
Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your total is $250.45. We have all heard the dreaded total from the cashier when getting rung up for groceries. Living on my own with my sisters, we constantly went and overspent money on things that we never would eat in the cabinet and ended up having to throw away a majority of our food because it was expired. My sisters and I all work part-time and we all go to school part-time, so it was hard to work around each other's schedules when it came to dinner time. So instead, we would just fend for ourselves mostly by just grabbing food on the way home from school or work. At one point, we all realized that we were spending eating out at least 3 to 4 times a week, spending almost half of our work's earnings on fast food or restaurants. My mom mentioned to us about these meal services that were fresh ingredients that could be shipped right to your door. We have been using Complete Meal Services for almost a year now, and it has changed my outlook on cooking at home. There are many ways to make cooking at home easier, such as meal prepping, getting recipes laid out for the week before going grocery shopping, but there are many more simple ways to go about cooking at home. Sometimes meal prepping can take an entire day and some food could potentially go bad. Also, finding time to go to the grocery store can be a pain. That is why I will be talking about the easy and simple way of cooking at home. Today, there are many meal plan services such as Plated, Home Chef, HelloFresh, Freshly, and Blue Apron, just to name a few, that can take the hassle out of cooking at home. These meal plans are specifically picked by you, and all the ingredients necessary to make the entire meal are sent right to your doorstep weekly. So I'll be talking about the upside of using these meal services, including the amount of money you save, the fact that you know exactly what goes into what you're making and what you're cooking, and cooking at home can bring a family together and pass on good traits to the next generation. So first off, I'll discuss the price of the meal service versus eating out in a restaurant. According to Anderson Maples, in April 2015, the U.S. Department of Commerce reported that Americans spent $52.3 billion at restaurants and bars in March, and $47.9 billion in grocery stores. It's the first time grocery spending has lagged behind fast food sales since the government started tracking statistics nearly 25 years ago. This statistic shows that many people are eating out instead of cooking at home. Most people overspend at the grocery store and don't end up using some of the food they buy, like my sisters and I would do, for example. People with busy schedules would benefit from these meal services greatly. Approximately, the weekly boxes are priced on average from $50 to $70 a week for a family of 4. That is only $8 and some change per meal for one person compared to eating out, which can sometimes range from $10 to $20 per person. The saving of money was one of the first things I started to notice after subscribing to the prepared meal boxes. Usually I would order a drink about $7 to $10, an appetizer to share about $10, and a meal which could range from $10 to $15. Overall, the price for me alone would range from $20 to $30, sometimes depending on what was ordered, and that's not even counting dessert, which was what is always my weakness. So the amount of money a family of 4 could save is substantial when you look at how much a family of 4 typically spends at a restaurant, which ranges about $60, according to Daily Health Post authors in 2014. So not only do meal services save you money, but they also help you eat healthier. By knowing the exact ingredients you are putting into your food, there are no surprises. Currently, my sisters and I use Plated. Their meals are chef-inspired, the ingredients are always arrive in great condition, the protein, whether it be fish, beef, or turkey, is always quality, fresh, and organic. The boxes usually contain everything that is needed except seasoning, such as salt and pepper. So here's an example of what comes in your box. First, you get the 3 meals, 3 recipes. On the back, it tells you exactly the recipes and how to follow each one. And then, so that's the 3 that you get. And then here is how they come prepared in the boxes. They come in bags labeled with your recipe that you're going to be using for that night. So pretty much usually the only thing that you have to do is chop and put together ingredients to make your complete meal. Everything already is there except for, like I said, the seasonings if you want to season things a little bit more. So the preparation times range from 30 to 45 minutes approximately. And every meal is complete and balanced with the perfect amount of protein, carbs, and vegetables. When you go out to eat, sometimes restaurants do not provide calorie counts or balanced meals, and you end up eating too many calories and overeating, which is which leads to one of the biggest problems in America today, obesity and diabetes. From about the 1960s on, there has been the huge growth in fast food restaurants eating out and obesity, according to the Obesity Epidemic Writers in 2008. This issue is continuing to grow since there is a lack of care by consumers in what they are putting into their bodies. By using the meal plans, you don't waste time eating out, you know the ingredients that you're putting into every single meal, and the chances of overeating are a lot lower than eating at a restaurant. After discussing the benefits of meal services when it comes to knowing exactly what you're eating, the last point is how cooking at home can really bring a family together. When you cook at home, it can really bring everyone together. Instead of sitting by the TV, you learn new recipes, discuss each other's days, and engage with everybody that's in the kitchen. Another advantage with the meal services is that more than one person can help and work on one recipe together. As one person is chopping the vegetables while the other one cooks the meat or prepares something else on like the protein. So there is a lot for each person to do. Another positive is that you're teaching and showing an example to those around you how to cook. At a young age, it's very important and it's essential to learn good habits at such a young age, and while cooking with wholesome ingredients, learning healthy recipes, and passing on guidance if there are kids in the kitchen. So when you learn at a young age to cook homemade meals, it's instilled in you to keep that tradition going with your own kids. After learning about how cooking can bring the family together, I will discuss how this is a great option for anybody. Talking about all of the positives provided by Plated, there are many options out there because this way of cooking at home has become so popular. There are over 10 different companies ranging in prices that can be tailored to fit your budget. So not only are they cost efficient when it comes to not overbuying at the grocery store, but they're also a good option if you don't want to spend a lot of money eating out at a restaurant during the week. So with all the positives there are to offer, I hope I have convinced at least a person or one of you in here in the room to try out one of the meal service options that I have discussed today. Thank you very much. Don't put it.
That was good.
One, two, there they are. 2, 3, 4, 5. They're sold.